Welcome to the Belt and Road Face-to-Face.
Why that misunderstanding happened.
This big achievements can cut off any misunderstanding.
China Overseas Port Operating Company will incur losses and it's already invested $270 million.
The billions, the investment is just real money, not a rumor.
We don't need to be perturbed by such news.
有一个名不见经传的小城，它叫镇巴。
Hello everyone, welcome to the Belt and Road Face-to-Face. Our program is co-produced by China Economic Net and Vash News Television. I'm Wang Xiaotong from China Economic Net. Today I'm pleased to be joined in our studio by Hanif Khan, Chief Representative of Bank Al Habib Limited, and Liu Yan, Financial Commentator of China Economic Net. Let's enter the first part, Hotspot. As reported by Dawn, Gwadar Port Authority GPA Chairman Dostan Khan Jamaldini has refuted generalizations and uninformed views expressed in the media about the port concession agreement. He said the Gwadar Port Concession Agreement was signed in 2007 with the Port of Singapore Authority International (PSAI), the former port operating company. As the port and its free zone couldn't be developed by the PSAI, China Overseas Ports Holding Company (COPHC), the present port operator, took over the operations of the port after commercial negotiation with the authorities concerned in 2013 without any amendment in the agreement. During the concession period before 2048, the GPA is getting 9% of the gross revenue from port and marine service businesses and 15% of the free zone businesses. After completion, the entire fixed asset constructed and developed will be transferred to the GPA with billions of dollars businesses operating in Gwadar Port and Gwadar Free Zone. Mr. Hanif, what happened? What led to people's misunderstandings?
Details of all these projects under CPAC, it's not been given to the public to know more about the projects in Pakistan. Primarily, that's the reason that most of the experts, financial experts, economic experts, media, they have been, by getting some bits and pieces of information, and they would just also do some guesswork and then come up with some news, and it should make sense and give it to the public. So primarily lack of information, I think primarily from the government side, that was the main reason for any sort of misunderstanding. The missing point was that this news did not mention that this agreement was made long ago, and this was simply a transfer of the agreement, concession agreement, from the previous operator, which could not operate the port and which could not develop the port further, as well as the free trade zone in Gwadar. And then finally, the government of Pakistan could find a company in the name of, or in the shape of, China Overseas Port Holding Company to not only operate this port but also develop this port as well as the free trade zone. No additional concessions to this company, and the fact that this company was very much interested and committed to develop and operate this port. I think if you look at it from that perspective, it is really a very feasible and a very win-win situation for both China as well as Pakistan. Now it is just an opinion by certain portion of the media. Also in the general public, they might have this opinion that the terms are not feasible for the government of Pakistan. An idle asset which could not be operated before, and now a company has come forward to operate it by investing its own money and giving part of the profits to the government of Pakistan. Many people find it a very much useful and profitable and feasible proposition. So I think we don't need to be perturbed by such news. If you look at it from the long-term strategic point of view, both the countries will benefit from this, and such news will come again and again in the media. We don't need to be perturbed by such news.
Pakistan and the China's trade volumes in 2016 has reached $15 billion. And these big achievements can cut off any misunderstanding. It's just the truth. Nobody can deny this. And on the other hand, what China is doing is just to express their friendly attitudes to other countries. And we are the friends, so we can invest you so much money. China have many capacities to finish these constructions operations, and we have the many experiences on how to building constructors and how to get this big point to finish the operations well. I think the behavior of the corporations in this Guarda ports will release the very positive signs that whatever the billions, the investment is just real money, not a rumor.
COPHC has invested about $270 million into the construction of Guarda Port and its free zone due to shortage of water, electricity, and road connection to the port by Pakistan. The COPHC, together with the GPA, is operating the port with losses. How do you view about this reality?
The Port of Singapore, when it was operating the port, at that time also, I think hardly there was any ship which could dock in this port. Since Gwadar has been a very underdeveloped area, the government of Pakistan as well as the operating company had to prepare everything from the scratch. Like as you mentioned, there was no electricity, no existence of potable water. Everything has to be made from the scratch, including roads, all these basic amenities, health, education, water, electricity, and then also building the port. It is very natural. In the beginning, the initial years, the operating company will incur losses. I mean, I'm sure the operating company, the Chinese government as well as the operating company, China Overseas Port Operating Company, they are, so far incurring losses. They don't have the available, the basic amenities available at the site, and they're trying and then they're investing to, make these basic amenities available by, building this desalination plant for supply of drinkable water, not just to the workers working on different projects in Gwadar Port, but also to the general public, and also building a hospital there, and also some other infrastructure projects there. So the initial years would be loss-making years, and it's already invested $270 million, but I think it's pretty normal. And the company definitely will have calculation for that. In the longer term, it will be a profitable venture. It will be a win-win for both the sides.
For the short terms, there's no doubt that Pakistan, it wants to improve their trade situations, especially in the situation of the exports. The Gwadar ports is so significant to these countries, and with the China's help, we can give more ads on this to improve their trade situation. Is the first short term benefit, and how to defend the poverty is the very important things to these countries. By now, at least, and China has the very much experience on how to defend the poverty by the project's constructions. If we can to operating this port can be improve the districts, the whole district's situations, not only for the social life but for the economic growth. So for long terms, we can help the Pakistan to fight the poverty. It's a long-term benefits.
Thank you. Now let's get to the Vash studio to see what they are concerned about.
बेल्ट एंड रोड चीन है पाकिस्तान मदद शुरू को दगे बास शर्रे प्रोजेक्ट हैं इशी पर दोए मुल्कानी पदरे चा सकबास अहमियत दारी ए बाबता मीडिया हा छे किरदादा कनगलूटी.
What's your opinion?
Media has a very significant role, and it can actually make this work much easier and smoother. The government of Pakistan could have used all sorts of media, print media, electronic media, social media, to tell the people about why it is in the interest of the government and why it is in the interest of the people of Pakistan to have these projects and to let foreign investments in these particular areas, infrastructure and energy projects, as well as this free trade zones and commercial zones, and then this Gwadar port. Why that misunderstanding happened? Because of that article in one of the newspapers of Pakistan, mainly because the government has not done this before. Had the government done this before, had the government disclosed all these short-term, medium-term, long-term projects planning, and taken on board all these political parties and then also the general public, it would have been very much easier for the government to implement this whole short-term, long-term projects with much ease and more smoothly.
As we all know, we are living in a new times and a new era of the new medium. New medium is a kind of a vivid medium. That means for the dynamic situation that there's your pictures, your voice, your opinions, and your everything in the public will be released in any time and anywhere. So whatever that in the Pakistan project or others One Belt One Road projects, we need to deepen the relationships and cooperations with the foreign medias. And the other side that if we can to get the median rather than control the median, it is the better way to give us the solution. So understanding is the way to the solution, but we have to face up just a kind of the new medians. So we need to give more positive message and give a so opening roles to the older world. So welcome the median is the best.